All praises to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. This is Michael McCoy. I'm kind of watching the Canadian prepper. He's talking about, the build-up of World War III and how America is going to be destroyed in 1 hour. Yeah, man. And a lady called Survival Lily, talks about how the game is over for Europe. But anyway, Matthew chapter 27. Matthew chapter 24, verse 7. Nation will rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. There will be famines and earthquakes in various places. They're talking to my mom earlier. She talks about how the black youth, the black kids, and black men and boys are blown away in the street, which will lead to a race war, and that's what's going to go down. But my mom doesn't understand that that's the judgment of Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. So the Lord's in control. 2nd Esdras, chapter 15, verse 15. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight another, and swords in their hands. Yeah, basically, like the race war. That's what's going down. But my parents don't understand that's coming. My parents don't know what's coming at all, really. So, Matthew chapter 24, verse 13. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. Yeah, you gotta endure to the end, I tore my tendon, Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, wounded me, and I tore my tendon, but the Lord, Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, is trying to talk to me, GMS, North Carolina, 777. Oh, feed my sheep, gotta put in as much work as I can, So, Amos chapter 8, verse 11. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord Yahawah, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor thirst for water, but hearing the words of the Lord. Yeah, the internet's going to be turned off, the lights will be out, and the famine of the word will come, and we won't be able to put up any more videos no more. I'm glad to be able to just do any videos, be able to learn from you guys and do any videos. When I did many of my videos out in the public place, by the library, but I was out there on the street making videos or doing anything, and I looked up Teeth of Wild Beast, and it pulled up my video. I was like, wow. So you can find my video on the internet, and of proclaiming, Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. So that's the most important thing. Ecclesiastes chapter 39, verse 28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes, and in time of destruction they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. Yeah, spirits created for vengeance, Jeffrey Dahmer, Son of Sam, kind of like from the movie Saw, but Texas Chainsaw Massacre, anything that's pretty wild, it's the spirits created for vengeance, a bird, a bear, the Lord uses and controls both sides, to complete his judgment. Ecclesiastes 39, verse 30. Teeth of wild beasts and scorpions, serpents, and the sword, punishing the wicked to destruction. Yeah, the Lord will use these animals during the economic collapse and the power outage, and when people are starving, they can't run. The Lord will use these animals to judge people, and even our own people, the 2/3, when the power's out, and the bears, they destroy these people and everything. Amos chapter 5 verse 19. If a man did flee from a lion, and a bear met him, or went into the house, and leaned his hand on the wall, and the servant bit him. You get away from one thing, you go into the next thing. You get away from one thing, you go to the next thing, but eventually something's going to get you. Something will get you eventually for what's going on. And one of the judgments of the Lord, just like people escape the famine, the nuclear destruction will take them out. You get away from a bear, you walk in the door, you might be bit by a poisonous spider, or you might be bit by a snake, or you might fall off a rooftop, or someone might just run you over with their vehicle because they had a lot more gas saved up. So you never know how the Lord will take you out. Especially if you're wicked. Ecclesiastes chapter 5 verse 7. Make no tarrying to turn to the Lord, and put not off from day to day, for suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and in that security that shall be destroyed and perished in the day of vengeance. Yeah, you can't put off the will of the Lord, and who leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity, who killeth with the sword shall be killed with the sword. And to be a true believer, you have to want these things, like reap what you sow. An eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. And I believe that what you do to others should be done to you. So learning from GMS Cleveland, these nations have to go into slavery because they did it to us, and it's justice. When you commit a crime, it's justice, but it's the same thing. The Lord's not going to let people get away with their sins or in their wrongdoings, or any of these heathen nations. So I learned what it is to be a true believer from GMS Cleveland, and all those guys that I knew a while ago. Psalm chapter 68 verse 6. Psalm chapter 68 verse 17. The chariots of Yahawah are 20,000, even thousands of angels. The Lord is among them, as in Sinai in the holy place. The chariots of Yahawah are 20,000, even thousands of angels. The Lord is among them, as in Sinai, the holy place. Yeah, that the chariots are the spiritual ark that you have to get beamed up into to escape the nuclear destruction at the last minute. And whoever calls on the name of the Lord shall be saved. Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. Call on those names and believe on those names to be saved. Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. Okay. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 2. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they look for. Yeah, when the chariots beam us up, and at a spiritual Egypt, America, Babylon, it's gonna be strange to the nations, because growing up in Christianity, salvation is supposed to be for everyone, but that's not true. It's only for the children of Israel, blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, that are chosen by the Lord to come across this knowledge and to get up out of here. Because this is just punishment. This ain't a good time. The Lord didn't bring us over here to have a good time or be successful. The Lord just brought us over here to punish us and get us out of here. So that and get delivered. Because when all hell breaks loose, and there's no food and there's nothing out there, all we have is the Lord Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, and just listening to GMS North Carolina 777. Feed my sheep, feed my sheep, feed my sheep. That's what we have to do. And I take this very seriously. I take life very seriously. Um, as in my own life, every decision I take seriously. Like, I'm not. Oh, sorry. Like I'm not messing around with the next man's woman. Um, I'm not selling drugs. I'm not committing crime. Um, I'm living for the Lord the best I know. So, and I take the walk with the Lord very seriously. Just and the Lord's in control of my actions. Um, He's kept me a virgin most of my life, but seriously, if I seriously thought about it, it's the Lord's will, you know. Um, serious talk, whatever we do in our lives and whatever we come across, it's the will of the Lord, all our actions, whatever we do in our daily lives, it's from the Lord. So just to know that the prophecies are coming close, and we're coming closer. Can I listen to what Canadian Preppers are saying for a few seconds?
Warned the United States that there is a perimeter plan that is in place, and just kind of reminded them of the Russian dead hand system, which would. My name is Chris, and before I started using Redwood, I never felt the stamina, drive, and energy I feel pulsing. Basically have all of the Russians' nuclear arsenal, or whatever remained, if the United States initiated a nuclear strike on Russian facilities, then this dead hand system would mean that even if the centralized command of the Russian Federation was wiped off the map, that whatever missiles remained would still fire, wreaking havoc across the planet. So that was a direct threat from Vladimir Gurmakov. Now, in that David Petraeus interview, something I didn't mention yesterday, David Petraeus, former CIA director, former general, he said, and of course he's not speaking officially on the behest of the U.S. government, but I think he kind of unofficially is. He basically said that if a tactical nuke was detonated in Ukraine, then the radioactive fallout could be construed as an attack on NATO if that radioactive fallout spread to, say, Poland. So, if Russia uses a low-yield tactical nuke, the radioactive fallout affects Poland or something like that, that could be construed then as an attack on NATO, which of course would allow them to evoke Article 5 and potentially bring the full force of NATO to bear, bringing us to the edge of human extinction, of course. The Ukrainian commander now believes
Germany or any other country would use them at once. A couple of them per household would lead definitely to a blackout because they need so much electricity. Yeah, guys, so this is the situation in Europe right now, and the problem with the inflation is that right now it's 10%, but experts say it will climb up to 12%. The big problem is that the salaries, they are not rising 10 or 12%. They are staying the same pretty much. So if the income is staying the same but the inflation rises, then you will have more people that are poor, you will have more crime, you will have the middle class vanishing. And Austria always was a country of the middle class. We always had a huge middle class, only a few poor people, and then a few rich people, but the majority of people was the middle class, and now I see it vanishing. And this is really sad. Okay, as you can see, here in Europe we have some challenges, and we will see how this winter will pan out. And it's definitely not looking good for Europe, that's for sure. I guess we will find out what the future brings, if we want or not. Winter is coming for sure here in Europe. So I will keep you updated with prepping news. And if you want to see more videos like this, then make sure that you are subscribing to my channel.
But as you can see there, you see the events, the famine of food, the dollar crash, from Survival Lily. Then you see World War III talks going on, from Canadian Pepper. So, you just see these things coming, and you see that there's people talking about it across the board, So, this encouraging that we're the end is here, and um like I said, I take my walk with the Lord very serious, and I take this truth very serious. I don't listen to any of those other groups. All I listen to is Great Millstone. I would listen to GMS North Carolina 777 every day. I'll be going to work. I go out to work, stop, get something to eat, and then I was like, man, hey, I want to listen to my dude as I drive to work. As I get on to work, so just listen to my dude every day, Yahawah. Um, he's the one that influenced me to even do any videos, to even try to do any kind of video. So the attempt to do this at all, So I don't listen to any of those other groups. So Grey Millstone is the only thing I listen to. So I hope this video was informative and encouraging. So I thank you, Great Millstone, for even allowing me to even listen to your videos, or even be a part of what's going on. So yeah, this a little I look at my injury as the Lord Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, controlling the situation, and what I need to do. Cause 2/3 ain't gonna make it. I don't want to be a 2/3. I want to be a 1/3 and get saved. My goal is to be part of the 1/3 and be with you guys. So again, all praises to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. Thank you, Great Millstone, for teaching the truth of the Bible, and I thank you that all the elders and apostles at Great Millstone, for teaching the truth of the Bible. Peace and blessings to a whole flex scattered around the world. This is Michael McCoy. Have a blessed day.